Everybody's Coach E here, man. Welcome to The Recess. The Recess is a YouTube podcast dedicated to shining light on urban youth baseball around the country, man. I got a very special guest with me today, man. He made some remarkable history, man. I'm going to let him take the floor in a second, but before we do, man, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the link below and everything like that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Coach E-O-F Guru. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Coach E-O-F Guru, and Facebook, Ernest Hort, man. So I'm gonna let this guy talk a little bit, but man, I'm so excited to have this guy on. He literally have made some history. First Black coach of any sport in the conference that he's in. He's a native of Chicago, Illinois, by way of the western suburbs and everything like that. Has
that town.
Great, you already know, has some great things going on in Chicago. So, Coach Charles Bolden, you're the head coach of, give me the correct pronunciation. I've been practicing all night. What's the correct pronunciation of it?
Eau Claire.
Eau Claire. I don't want nobody hounding me saying, oh man, you got it wrong. So he's the head baseball coach at Eau Claire, the University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. I'm sorry. So Coach Bolden, I see you have an athletic background, right? Can you tell the audience who might not know about you a little bit about your athletic background?
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up a multi-sport athlete. I'm born on the west side of Chicago. For some people who are from Chicago, Costner and Cermak. We moved to Oak Park. I was like 8, 9 years old. I continued to play multiple sports, continue to kind of get my toughness from the city, but going back over and playing older guys always above my age. And that kind of helped me be really competitive, and it helped me kind of gain that toughness to kind of work through things, no matter if I fell on the ground, if I got a hard foul or anything like that. So that's kind of just how I started with my roots. And then I played football, basketball, and baseball, but really, you know, I was a guy that played every sport, you know, no matter what we did in PE class, etc. I was able to kind of catch on to things quickly. And, you know, when I was growing up with my friends, we played every sport. You know, when it was wintertime, we even played ice hockey outside. So we did everything with the seasons, you know. Snow time was the best time to play tackle football, you know, and different things like that. So, you know, we always played different sports. I grew up on that. That was a passion of mine. When I got to high school, I played football, basketball, and baseball at Oak Park River Forest High School, very big high school.
Shout out to the Western Suburban.
All day. So yeah, that was kind of it for that. And then I knew, you know, I always kind of knew I wanted to be a coach, and I knew that I wanted to continue working in the sports realm. So literally every job I've ever had, I started working with the Park District at 16 years old. I got responsibilities there with just being like a camp counselor, supervisor of the facility when the boss wasn't there. So I started to kind of groom my, different attributes as far as running programs as well as participating while I was still actively, doing high school sports. So coaching was my dream from day one. I knew I didn't want to do anything else with the rest of my life. And that kind of transitioned as I kept going. Had an opportunity to play college baseball. I played a full year, and I played a year and a half at the University of St. Francis. Then after that, I was just kind of young and dumb and all over the place with my decision making, man. And just, when you're that age and, with me coaching these guys now, you make a lot of decisions. Just, you don't ever think long term, everything is right now. So that helped me grow a lot with just my maturity. Being 19, 20 years old, facing grown men, playing professional ball that, it had different experiences from all over. And I only had a year and a half of college baseball experience. So I kind of had to grow up quick with that. So then, once I got done with that, I went directly into coaching. I've had a lot of different experiences coaching. I coach actually high school basketball in Illinois. You won't find much better basketball in IHSA basketball. I was a head varsity coach at Walter Christian Academy in Melrose Park for 8 years. Really proud of that. Also I had the experience of being an athletic director at the high school level. I've coached college. I ran my own travel organization for baseball, which was huge. I've coached AAU. So I've done it all, man. I've had a lot of different experiences, in all of this. So that was one of the things that I didn't want people to, when they looked at my resume, I didn't want there to be a reason for why they couldn't hire me. Oh yeah, he's got this, but he doesn't have administrative work. Well, I do because I started my own business. You know, and starting your own business, you know, I tell people this all the time. Starting your own business is harder than being a college coach because everything is dependent on me. You know, I didn't have a ton of sponsorships. I had to go out and get it and be hungry and just really go out and seek people, you know, for donations and recruit guys. But I was limited, you know, so college is easier for me, as crazy as it sounds, because now I got the country, you know, and I got guys outside of the country that I can go get. And I've been doing that with the recruiting. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Man, Major, I love the point when you talked about I did everything. There's no way you can tell me no about getting this job because I'm more than qualified for it, man. That speaks volume. I can talk about that all night, but you know, I'm gonna dive a little deeper into the University of Wisconsin at UW-Eau Claire. Yeah, I got it right.
Eau Claire, you still messed up.
How I messed up? What I say?
You said UW Claire. It's Eau Claire.
Eau Claire. I'm sorry. You know, Eau Claire, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. Can you talk to the audience about the direction of the baseball program and some wonderful things that you guys have going on and what makes your program different than any program in your conference and the country?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So the best part about this is I'm able to start this program on my own. You know, again, I'm going back to my travel organization where I had to do everything on my own. So this is right up my alley, and I'm a control freak, so that works out perfect for me. You know, so literally it was nothing. Like I got hired in my press conference was, you know, in February, and you know, I've had to do a lot of things when I got hired. I started with literally nothing. I had no equipment, I had no office, I had nothing, no storage space. So I've been able to build this literally from the ground up. And for me, like I said, that's right up my alley. You know, that's perfect for me with my personality. So the best part about that is that the culture I set from day one. And, you know, I kind of alluded to that, like this roster we currently have, it's a lot of Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, kind of local guys like you would see in a regular WIAC roster. And we coach in the WIAC, the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic, you know, conference. So it's one of the best Division III conferences in the country. That we have the most, you know, one of the higher ranked teams. We have multiple ranked teams every year in the top 25. So it's good competition. It's some of the best you'll find. So I had to do something different. So I went and looked at all the rosters, and it's the same schools, the same kids. You know, I kind of went outside of that with this 21 recruiting class. So we have guys from Florida, Colorado, Mississippi, Georgia, Texas. We're a national team, you know, as far as diversity as well, because that's really important to me also. I'm the first Black head coach in the history of this conference for any sport, you know, and for me, baseball would be one thing, and you could kind of expect that, but for any sport, you know, that's great on one end, but also it's also really discouraging. So I really feel that responsibility. I want to set the groundwork to where there's other people coming after me that are able to have this opportunity. So it's important for me that I get this and I hit it out the park. So I just want to do something different than what everybody else is doing. And like I said, in our second year, we're in a spot where now we're selectively recruiting guys. And you won't find that typically with most programs. You know, I think the thing about me, I'm really authentic with what I say. You can check my track record. Another thing that helped me get this, and I would give this advice to coaches, get results. I mean, at the end of the day, you know,
Facts.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Jay-Z said that. So, you know, at the end of the day, keep track of everything that you do, right? So I was, you know, coaching at the Division I level. I started out there, went to the D3 level, and I was able to grow, and that helped me get this. So, you know, we're in a situation where, you know, we've got me at the helm, and I've got great assistant coaches that do a phenomenal job, but I oversee everything. You know, a lot of coaches, they just have programs and they just leave the pitching only to the pitching coach. You know, I coach everybody. You know, the pitchers will tell you that, the infielders will tell you that. I do primarily hitting and outfield, but overall I manage it, right? So if our ERA is 10, nobody's going to go look at the assistant coach. They're going to say, I don't know what I'm doing. So I got to make sure everybody's on the same page. So I think that's the difference, and what sets us apart is that I'm really hands-on. I'm really passionate about this, and I got a lot of energy to make sure we get this through and become a national championship team. There's also never been a Black national championship head coach for the baseball level at any level as well. So,
oh man,
also daily motivation.
Facts, you already know. And I could go into detail and really go all night about how that is discriminatory, I'm sorry, on so many levels, but I'm gonna stick to the topics. That'll be the recess after hours conversation. But so you mentioned you having kids from Mississippi, you got Florida, Colorado on the roster, right? With a baseball being a non-money generated sport in collegiate athletics, what are some obstacles that you face, and then what are some creative ways that you go about recruiting?
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Every institution is really different. Every school is really different. If you see our facilities, division is just a label. That means nothing. We have better facilities than Division I schools, and I know that because I have those players coming in here that are looking to transfer, and they see what we have and they see the difference. So the division thing is that, and restrictions, that all is based on each school. Now, I'm really blessed to have a great athletic director and an amazing athletic department that fully supports me. The chancellor of our school is phenomenal as well. He's been nothing but supportive. So they give me everything I need. I literally have not been told no for anything, not one piece of equipment, not accessibility to anything. So they've been phenomenal in everything. And that's a big part of it, is making sure that everybody is on board from the top down, right? So just giving me that extra confidence to know that I've got full support in every decision that I make, and they allow me to just be me and figure this out, and they have the confidence in me to do my job. So that's really the most important aspect of all of this, is having the confidence of the administration behind your back. And that's been the biggest thing for me. That's been the game changer from day one.
Man, that's great that you got that support system at the top. I see so many coaches have a death sentence, not literally, but sports-wise, a death sentence because the admin, they don't support it. So,
absolutely.
With that being said, right, as you're going to recruit, and this is kind of going to appeal to the high school students that's going to watch this, or, middle school, or even the parents and everything like that, right? What are some essential qualities that you look for in a baseball player when recruiting?
So the biggest thing is attitude, right? What kind of attitude do you have? Are you humbled? A lot of times when I go to games, I'm not looking for the kid to go 4 for 4, because if I'm at the game, I already have that interest in them, and there's already been something that's peaked there. So I'm looking to see how people deal with failure. Everybody's great when everything's good and there's no adversity. The testament of a true person is when things become hard. And that's the game changer. And that's the thing that separates good, average, and great. How do you deal with failure, and how do you bounce back? Are you still engaged with your other teammates? Are you sulking at the end of the bench? Are you sprinting on and off the field? Are you sprinting from home to first? Are you getting to second base on a pop fly? These are all the things that I instill in my team, and these are all the things that I want to see when I go watch guys to see if they're good fits for my program. Also, with that being said, you're not a one-positional player. Play as many positions as you can, especially when you get to the college level where it becomes more of a job. It may be an opportunity. You might be a shortstop, right, your whole life, but then you get to the college level and you got an All-American in front of you that's got 2 more years. Now, what are you going to do? Are you still a shortstop, or are you looking to get on the field? So the availability to be able to play multiple positions. Tell your coaches you want to do other things. You're not just one position. And again, just the mindset and the strong will to just have that work ethic and overcome challenging things. So those are the biggest things. And also, I really like multiple sport athletes as well, because primarily, I don't want to make a general case, but multi-sport athletes are a little bit more resilient, and everything's not caught, hung up on, one at bat. They've used different things in different sports, a part of their body. They've gone through different, mental adversity. So they're a little bit able to bounce back, but that's not the case for all. So I don't want to act like that is, but it's just with multi-sport athletes and people that are versatile with being able to play multiple positions, those are the guys that I typically get.
Man, wonderful, wonderful. Coach Bolden, right? So after people watch this on YouTube and they see it on Instagram and Twitter, right? And they want to pick your mind about baseball, life, how you start your business, your journey, or just to have a simple conversation with you. I'm sorry. What is some contact information that you can leave for them?
Yeah, honestly, I welcome that. Please, anybody. I have Zoom meetings with coaches all the time at little league levels, at, junior college, just across. I really want to grow this game, and I really want to do my part to give back in this position. That's the best part about me being a head coach. You can get me on Twitter at Coach Bolden _. You can get me on Instagram at cbolden21, the numbers 21. And also you can email me at Bolden, BOLDENCA @uwec.edu. Please don't ever feel like you're bothering me or interrupting me. I'm open to talking to people all the time about this game or just about sports in general or coaching. So I'm more than happy to do that. Please use me as a reference and a resource.
Man, Coach Bolden, thank you so much for taking out time in your busy schedule. I know you guys kick off pretty soon. I was looking at the schedule and everything like that. Everybody who's watched this, make sure you guys go follow Coach Bolden on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you follow his baseball schedule. Send him a donation. Do what you guys
Please
can do.
Please do.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for watching this. This was The Recess. Once again, The Recess is dedicated to shining light on urban youth baseball and softball across the country. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is only the first inning. I'm definitely going to do a second inning with Coach Bolden, but that time we're going to be in person. I want to see this beautiful facility that he got.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So thank you so much again, Coach Bolden. You guys just watched The Recess. Make sure, like I said, share this with somebody. I'll catch you guys next week.
Ernest, thank you, and I appreciate it. Hey, click that subscribe button.
Absolutely. You heard the man.